start in the last bar. Just do the last bar, and then repeat. What happened though? What happened?
I was like concentrating on like the crescendo, and then I kept conducting through and I was just gonna hold it.
Okay. All right. So why don't we do the last two bars?
Okay.
Maybe that's better.
So to be fair.
Now, you made them do something different than what they've been doing. How did you do that? You know, of course, talking about the last bar, the first time, you added that caesura that nobody else has done, and you did it successfully. So what did you do?
Well, I wanted them to know that there's going to be a big difference between the first center and the second center.
Sure.
So.
No, not why did you do it. We can get to that, I suppose, but how? How did you make a caesura happen, and nobody made a mistake? Nobody kept playing, even though that's what they've been doing every time before.
I just made it clear what I wanted.
Yes.
Held.
Right. The point is, how did you make it clear? Anybody in the room know?
She stopped doing a 4 pattern and she just held it out and then released us, so it wasn't like she wasn't continuing that pattern. It was just like, everybody pay attention, my arm's not really moving.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. That the first step of it is that you made a good choice to meld that last whole note, which brought everybody's eyes to you and gave you the opportunity to do something. Absolutely. And then the second part is what's important is you prepared the release and then you broke that horizontal plane and stayed there. That's where you freeze them. And this is, we're not just talking to Sarah, of course, right now. I want you all to kind of understand this. She gave you number one, that's exactly right. By changing to the meld, she focused all your attention. Then she prepared the release and she stayed below that horizontal plane. You know, of course, that's the key difference between that release into caesura, where we're going to stop. We don't rebound. Or if we want to release as the prep, we hold that note, and when we break that horizontal plane, we immediately bounce away from it. Okay? So it's kind of intuitive, and I don't blame you, Sarah. I thought there was a good chance you might go, I don't know how to quite articulate what I just did. And that's all right, and I was quite sure that most people in here really wouldn't have perceived why they did what we did, you know, how we responded, or why we responded in the way that we did. But that's it, okay? So when we want to do that someday, just remember that being above or below the horizontal plane has a great impact on whether we stop the sound or we reinitiate the sound. Remember, if we don't want to stop it, don't break that horizontal plane. If we get below that horizontal plane and we don't want to restart just yet, well, don't get above the horizontal plane after breaking. Thanks.